Burning Man, I love my fur outfits. A Burning Man, I make them myself. That's the gold standard. If you can make your own outfits, then you're the king. No one knows quite if you made them yourself or not. A lot of people will buy handmade outfits from other people and they didn't make them themselves, but you can't tell that. You can sort of tell with mine because they're kind of amateurish and they have little shortcuts that I took or little mistakes and things that I just leave in there. Because I'm pressed for time, you only have so much time to prepare for Burning Man and you gotta do so much to get your survival gear together. So, I try to get my costumes looking good. Got some fur outfits. A nice big fur robe that keeps me nice and warm. Anyway, theme camps are fun. If you're gonna go to Burning Man, you almost have to get into a theme camp nowadays. It's so impacted, everybody wants to go, that if you don't have a spot in a theme camp, then you're just rolling the dice and you just try to hope to get lucky. But one thing I'll tell you, I'll give you advice: if you want to go, if you're determined to go, that's the best way to go. Those that will end up going are those that are the most determined to go, the most gung-ho, the most determined that won't take no for an answer. I'm not saying that'll guarantee you a ticket, but those are the ones that get to go. If you are absolutely gung-ho, and I kind of am, I hate to say it, if there's any way that I can get there, I'm going to get there. I already have a ticket. So, but the point is, if you do what you have to do to get a ticket, you're going to get that ticket. A lot of people think they want to go, and they plan, or they fail to plan, and they get to the moment where it's time to go to Burning Man, and they go, I'm not ready, I don't want to go, or something else comes up, unexpected, this, that. Next thing you know, they're not going, and there's a ticket floating free. And historically there was a period where there would be a lot of tickets floating up out in the market, and that was a few weeks before Burning Man, like a week even before Burning Man. Those that were waiting, that were determined, would find their tickets about that time. And I'm not saying it's still like that, it's different now, because more people want to go in general. However, that last week kind of separates the wheat from the chaff. And you see who wants to go and who doesn't, and then that's where the tickets shake out and they fall into the right hands. If you're lucky. It's really iffy and kind of sketchy, and I would recommend going to a theme camp, because that's just the way you're going to do it. But what does that mean? How do you get to a theme camp? Well, you got to find one that rolls in with your personal theme, what you like to do, that meshes with your style and with how much you're willing to contribute, because some camps want a lot of contribution, or they want a lot of dues. Let's say our camp charges dues. We didn't always, but now we do, because so many people want to camp with us, and why wouldn't they? Because we know what we're doing. And we have a line on tickets. That's the main thing. I mean, I don't mean to say we're bribing people with tickets, but we want them in our camp if they're going to contribute to our camp, because it's not for us, it's for the whole community. That's determined by the organization. See, the organization, you have to apply to them to get a space for your theme camp. You can't just go. I mean, you can go and have a theme camp, but you don't have to register it. You can just do whatever you want. But if you have a theme camp, then the organization will place you in a better place. Yeah. In the city, you'll get a nice spot, potentially closer to where everything's happening, and further from what they call the boonies, the boondocks, which are they're great places too. I like the boonies. It's quieter, or you find these little parties that aren't that quiet that are great. You find little treasures out in the deep city streets, if you're willing to look. But most people, the tourists hang out on the Esplanade. Esplanade is the main boardwalk, that's the main drag, per se, of the city. So you got this little ring city, and the main inner circle there is the Esplanade. And that's a French word, it means Esplanade. It means boardwalk or something like that. It's like usually a boardwalk adjacent to an ocean, to a shore. In this case, the shore is a dry lake bed, but it represents the shore of sort of an unconscious, ocean of unconscious or potential experiences that you could have out on the playa. Anyway, enough of the symbolism. The Esplanade houses all the biggest theme camps, all the most righteous contributions that any theme camp, like that roller coaster that I saw, like the Thunderdome, is always on the Esplanade, like Pink Heart. Oh, love Pink Heart. These guys